Hey, welcome back to Global Environment. Today we're going to talk about alternative energy, and I'm going to try to be very energetic to go along with the theme. So what types of alternative energies are we going to talk about today? Okay, so the types that we're going to be looking at are geothermal, getting energy from the earth, solar from the sun, hydropower, wind energy, and also biomass, which is really important here at ESF. All right, so if we talk about alternative energies, most alternative energies ultimately come from the sun, right here. Now, when we're talking about our economy, especially the U.S. economy, what are some of the products we have to be able to get from alternatives to make them useful? One is electricity, which is really high quality energy for the economy. We need to generate great quantities of that. Also heat for water and to heat our homes, our businesses, things like that. Additionally, almost a third of the energy we use in the U.S. Needs to go to transportation, and when you think about that, we need liquid fuels that could take the place of things like petroleum. And you can see the users, automobiles, also agriculture, but there's a lot of other ways that these liquid fuels are used in industry and business and government as well. Now, the neat thing is, once we get that sun's energy and it goes through a couple of transformers, we can generate some of these things from wind. We can use hydropower, directly producing steam. Here we have a boiler that can be used through biomass, solar cells, also collectors of solar energy, both passive and active. And you can see through different methods, we can get to these end products that we need in the economy. Some of this is through mechanical generation, turbo generation, and also processing things like biomass. All right. Now, if we move forward a little bit, what are some things that we have to think about when we use alternative energy sources? What do we have to consider to see if they're really useful, they're the things we want, if they can take the place of the fossil fuels we've been using? Okay, one is the location. For example, are you in an area that has a lot of wind resources or not? If you're not, wind is probably out for you. So you really have to consider location for things like solar and wind and especially geothermal. Okay, feasibility. How easy is it to set up these technologies? How easy is it to generate the energy you need? You also have to think about environmental impacts and really who's impacted as well. For the issues of hydropower, dams have often been seen as something beneficial, but at the same time, they have impacted cultures and societies in very negative ways. And again, it says, and who is impacted? The costs, for sure. Are you a very developed country or area that can support some very advanced technology that's expensive? Or are you in a developing country that might not have the capital resources to support something very expensive? Those have to be considered as well. And very particular for this course, what's the energy return on investment? Do you have a positive net energy balance? Are we actually using energy from one source to subsidize another source in a negative way that really hurts our society? That has to be considered as well, because for a long time in our history, we've been dealing with fossil fuels that have given us energy returns on investment on the scale of 100 to 1. You invest 1 calorie of energy, you get 100 back. And most of the alternatives aren't nearly that high, but some are favorable though. Okay, so we're going to stop there, and we're going to talk in the next segments about particular types of alternative energies And we're also going to use a case study, basically the developing world, and see how alternatives fits into their scheme of energy development. So I'll see you next time.